Go! Oh, you're an idiot. Yeah, I've had enough of that. You gotta love moments like that, where teammates have no idea what they're really meant to be doing, and you get awkward situations like that, where what they're meant to be doing isn't what they're doing at the moment in time, which is just annoying, but whatever. Oh dear. So let's discuss Nu Wa strengths and weaknesses. First of all, let's discuss the clay soldiers, which are getting a buff soon. The clay soldiers are incredibly dumb, and sometimes will do the opposite of what you want them to do. But the clay soldiers are what makes Nu Wa Nu Wa. The clay soldiers with the mysterious fog, as well as I think the metal shard, is her main combo. She puts down the fog, sends out the soldiers, and then hits them with the shard. If you can hit someone with that, you can do a lot of damage very, very quickly. But it is very much dependent on hitting all of those. However, you can do a lot of damage even if you just hit the metal shard into the clay soldiers. If you want to play against Nu Wa and counter Nu Wa, you need to keep an eye on those clay soldiers. As soon as she uses them and they go off and waste themselves, you want to start diving Nu Wa, because her ability is now on cooldown, and you want to be diving her as quickly as possible, killing her before the clay soldiers get up. Because as soon as those clay soldiers come up, and she activates them, and then she hits them with the metal shard, and you're next to her, you're going to get stunned, and then she can hit you with root, and then you're, well, subject to whatever her teammates want you to be to. Nu Wa is one of those gods which are very much dependent on landing the combo. In some ways, I would say Nu Wa is like Nox, but I would view her as a slightly easier version to use compared to Nox, but she doesn't have the same damage potential compared to Nox. Also as well, she doesn't have a conventional escape. But there you go, trade-offs. Go, 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 go. You really should respect the clay soldiers as well as the root. It's what makes Nu Wa so deadly. You need to be keeping an eye on those clay soldiers as well as the root. Something a lot of players don't do, because if you root someone and then send in the clay soldiers, you can keep them there for quite a while, and trust me, it is quite a while. What you're about to see here is just how powerful Nu Wa can be when attacking phoenixes, because she removes backdoor protections. Although, what you also saw as well is my entire team decides to just back off for some odd reason, even though we had the advantage. And they just let me tank the tower instead, which is just weird. Oh no. Right, to left lane we go.
Enjoy the trip back to the fountain.
Okay, so what you're about to see now is rather simple. People chasing kills. Just watch.
Our wisdom will lead us to victory.
I think you might be dead. I don't know what it is, but people just don't want to buy wards, even though you should be. And well, I'm doing my bit here and just warding, making sure that my back door is safe. And what you're about to see here is Nu Wa removing the battle protections on tower and pretty much destroying it solo. Yeah, that's pretty quick. Not as quick as a Chronosaur Soul, but still pretty quick for a mage. And what you're about to see as well is me playing a bit cautious. oh my god, I'm doing something that people normally don't do, which is, well, retreat from fights. You'll be surprised how many people I will see just challenge fights like that. They're not going to win. Most of their team have just gone there, it's only 2 of us, and we don't have the enough damage to make it work. So I decided, you know what, it's better to just back off, which is what you meant to really do. And you can see the wards are now being useful as they're popping up where people are, and I'm telling them to retreat because there's people near them. But you can probably guess what happens next.
Careful, he's on a spree now.
Oh, look at that! Someone doesn't look at their minimap, and wards are amazing. Oh dear. And I very much doubt he's going to buy wards or even learn from his mistake, which is to look at the minimap and buy wards, especially if you're going to be that pushed up. What you're about to see now is why callouts are very important. And also a mistake that I made, which is I should have followed the Sylvanas instead of going off left lane. But there you go. I sometimes make mistakes, and this is one of them. Enjoy. How are we not winning? This is what's depressing. Okay, so what you just witnessed there was a Wheelix realizing my clay soldier was down, and I didn't really have much left. So she decided to try and initiate on me. However, I still had the fog as well as the shard, and potentially a root, which then provided more clay soldiers to then hit her with. So what you saw there is a Wheelix realizing that I just used my main source of damage, and that I was very, very easy to kill. But what you saw as well was a sign of respect that you really need to be careful around Nu Wa, because she can do a lot of damage very, very quickly. Neith is a very, very strong god. Her ultimate can be used to stun and keep people in place, as you just saw there. That is why Neith is considered a global god, because she can pretty much hit people as they're being ganked, do a bunch of damage, and then pretty much force them to take more damage because they've just been stunned. You can see how I'm using the clay soldiers to try and strip away as much protection as I can, and I probably should have left them up, if I'm honest with you, as opposed to hit them with the metal shard. At this stage I'm trying to use the fog, and well, Neith is screwed, and I'm trying to help, but there's not really much I can really do. You can see though, I decide to, well, back off. At this stage the other team are in nightmare scenario. They need to get 5 giant, they need to get 1 phoenix, as well as push back all the minions that are currently going into their base. So what we are doing, because we have the advantage, is we are basically backpedaling, forcing them to initiate onto us. By doing this, they are pretty much forced to waste time, because quite frankly, we have time to spare, so we can just waste it. So we can pretty much just keep backpedaling, backpedal, 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 and wait for them to initiate onto us. Every single second they are currently wasting, as minions are currently going into their Titan. And their Titan doesn't have much health left, it only has half health. So, we are pretty much in the default we win stage. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed the Nu Wa gameplay, and I will see you again next time. I do have more gameplay currently saved up. So, see you again next time. And they gave up. Easy peasy.